Hello, Lisa here. Today I want to talk about autoimmune disease and the mind-body connection, the effects that stress has on our autoimmune disease and the inflammation that's in our bodies. First, I would like to start with some not so wonderful facts. Autoimmune disease is one of the biggest health problems that's plaguing the world today. There are over 50 million people just in the US who are suffering from autoimmune disease. Research has shown that it is doubled over heart disease and twice as many as people that are suffering from cancer. It affects 3 to 4 times women than it does men. Autoimmune diseases have become more common year after year. They have nearly doubled in a half a century. Skyrocketing in children. 1 in 7 people have an autoimmune disease. And that's not even counting the people who are not diagnosed yet. When I started my journey on healing my MS, it wasn't like, I'm going to heal myself. It was nothing like that. I suffered from MS and chronic pain for over 23 years. I was in a hospital when it first began for 3 weeks. I came home by ambulance on Thanksgiving Day in 1994. I couldn't use my legs. My right arm was pretty much useless. The right side of my face drooped like I had a stroke. I had a hard time speaking. I couldn't swallow without feeling like I was going to choke. In my 40s, I went through a divorce. I was living alone, and I never thought about meditation before or anything like that. But it came across me in email. It was a short meditation course that was free, and I figured, what the hell, let me try it. Not knowing that was going to make profound changes in my stress and in my condition. I suffered from panic attacks, high stress, and anxiety from the age of 13. Yes, it had to do with my childhood circumstances, but that's for another video. My point is that we cannot get our autoimmune disease under control when our stress levels are at an all-time high. Research has shown over and over again that people with MS, rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's disease, lupus, and many, many more, chronic stress is associated with abnormalities in the stress hormones and inflammatory markers. If you have an autoimmune disease of any type, I'm sure it's in your conscious awareness that when you have more stress in your mind and in your body, your disease flares up. It's undeniable. Every one of us has stress triggers that leads to the stress response. The stress response is hardwired into our bodies. It is not a fault or a defect. It is hard to keep inflammation down in the body when we can't get a grip on our own stress levels. Higher bouts of inflammation in your body is detrimental to your immune system. It prevents it from doing its job and even fighting a simple cold. The hypothalamus is tied to the stress response. It is connected to the body through the automatic nervous system. But when stress levels go on for a long period of time, the adrenal gland kicks in and floods the body with the stress hormone cortisol, wreaking havoc on your body's immune system and the inflammation that your body holds. The ways that we handle stress, we can be retrained. Our minds can be retrained the way we handle stressful situations. Whereas rapid breathing is controlled by the sympathetic nervous system. Deliberate focus to slow the breath with deep breathing stimulates an opposing parasympathetic reaction to rest and digest, calming the nervous system. Therefore, the fact that we can retrain our mind and our body the way it reacts to stress is freaking awesome. Research shows that just doing simple breathing techniques can change our gene expression. In other words, we have the ability and the power to alter the basic activity of the cells in our bodies with our minds. Therefore, studies have proven over and over again that meditation changes the brain, while the brain is also changing the body. When meditation is such a free and powerful tool, why wouldn't you use it? I wish I had known meditation before 23 years of suffering of MS. As today, I am symptom-free of MS. 2 years ago, my last MRI, they said is completely inactive. This all started with a journey of self-healing through meditation. Once I started meditation and healing my body by lowering my stress levels. Do I still have stress? Do I still deal with stressful situations? Of course I do. Everybody does. But we could go within and we can find out what our triggers are. We can learn how to manage them, deal with them, release them. All healing of the body and mind start with within. Teaching your children to be meditative is also important. Children pick up on their own stress. They can feel it. Not only do they feel it, they suppress their own emotions and their own feelings. That's the last thing we want them to do. It is easy to get your child involved in meditation. It's simple as sitting and blowing bubbles. It's as simple as sitting and blowing bubbles calmly and quietly. It's as easy as laying on the ground with them and looking up at the sky and finding patterns in the clouds. When your child is upset, angry, frustrated, and you don't know why, maybe you think they're just throwing a fit, instead of sending them to their room or standing them in a corner because you see their behavior is bad, talk to them. Ask them what they're feeling. They know what they're feeling. They need to get their feeling and stress out and frustration out of their bodies as much as we do. Let them know that you care about what they're feeling. Let them express it. They need to express what they are feeling. Ask them to sit down with you after your talk. Sit down together. Do a simple breathing technique meditation. Have them put their little hands on their bellies. Focus on your breath together. Have them focus on how their belly rises when they breathe in and how it lowers when they breathe out. You can do this simple exercise for 5 minutes. Not only does it take the stress away from your child, helps them release it, but it does you too. Not only that, you have a better relationship with your child. Try it and see what happens. What do you have to lose? I wish I did meditation, knew about meditation years ago, before my 40s. 23 years of suffering from MS was a horrible fucking journey. But I can sit here today and say that I am symptom free. And it all started with meditation and getting my stress under control. Yes, diet has a lot to do with it too. But I didn't even start that till just a couple years ago. There will be another video on what foods cause inflammation, what foods to avoid, what foods reduce inflammation is very important. I'll do a video on that soon. This one was mostly about let's getting our stress levels under control. Let's get our children's stress levels under control. When autoimmune disease is in the top 10 list of deaths for female children, we have to pay attention to that. We have to do something about that. We have to change the way we are responding to our children's outbursts, upsets. Instead of them getting sent to their room or stood in a corner and suppressing and denying their feelings and their anger, that's just causing illness in their bodies. If it doesn't do it now in childhood, it will do it when they're adults. It's a fact. Emotions are energy. They become stuck in our bodies, wreaking havoc on our systems, our immune systems, the organs in our bodies. Let's start taking control. Let's just start with a simple freaking meditation. Learn to get your stress levels under control, and I promise you, your flare-ups will be less. You will start to feel so much better. I hope this video helps you.